Y'all know that hospital ice or that Sonic ice? It's that soft ice. Oh my gosh. I eat this all the time. I really needed an ice machine out here in my garage bar, so this was perfect. Look how fast it's making ice. This is probably one of my favorite TikTok shop purchases that I've made, and I've had this ice machine for almost a month now, and I love it. A gasoline shot without making a face. Y'all, I've never even heard of a gasoline shot, and I love whiskey and I love tequila, but to be honest, they sound so gross together. But it's been a while since I did Don't Make a Face videos, and I bought these. They're unopened, so y'all can't say that I put anything else in the bottle. Y'all just watched me open them. I'm not gonna do any cuts on these videos. All right. Yeah, all the swallowing and the eyes watering up, that was terrible. That was terrible. Do you want to know what's actually wild? People trying to get me fired for a skit that I did that never happened. What is with nobody reading captions anymore? I even said in the video, look, this is a screenshot from that video. Read the caption, video inspiration. And I tagged the girl. How do y'all watch movies or TV shows at all? It's a good thing these actors and actresses that play in these movies and TV shows don't have actual jobs where y'all can just go leave 1-star reviews. Staff was rude, but food was okay. We don't have food. And all the emails that have been sent, your bartender's committing fraud. Y'all got way too much time on your hands. Do y'all think that Michael Hall, the guy who plays Dexter, is in real life an actual serial killer? Would y'all be contacting his job, trying to tell, oh, he's a murderer, don't hire him? I do have a lot of really nice reviews though from people that actually came in. And that skit was made here in my garage. Look, this is my garage. It had nothing to do with Uncle Jesse's. People are like, oh, sure, you made it up. Sure, now you're getting called out, so now you're saying that you're making it up. I did. I just thought about like how it would go, and I just made it up. Some people thought that that was my best skit that I've ever done. That's saying a lot. I have thousands of skits. I hate to break it to all my haters, but if they were gonna fire me for some TikTok, they would have done that a long time ago. They love me, and I love them too. So the ladies down there that y'all wanted to buy a shot for, they want Casamigos. Is that cool with y'all? Yeah, do your job and get them what they want. Okay, that's gonna be $30. All right, I'm gonna go shoot my shot. Hey, how you ladies doing today? We're good. How are you? 2 shots of Casamigos. Thanks, girl. Here you go. Appreciate it. Wait, where's mine? Hey, excuse me. Barmaid, are you okay? Yeah, why are you snapping and whistling at her like a dog? Because she needs to learn how to do her job. Can I help you? Yeah, where's my shot? You didn't make me one? You didn't order one. You should have known that I wanted to do one with them. Let's do this. Cheers. Cheers. Oh, great. Now it's too late. Here's your money. Anyway, I want to take one of y'all out. We do not go out with people who treat service industry workers like that. But thanks for the shots. Let's go. Girlhood. Thank you. Bye, ladies. Love y'all. Wait, hold up. Treat who like what? This is your fault. I'm gonna explain why my ex-husband didn't work and how this all transpired. He did work and pay half the bills for the first 3 years of our marriage. We were married for 4.5 years. He was a bar back for like 5 months, and then at one point he was a Lyft driver. He didn't like keeping the same job. He has always done oddball jobs. He could waterproof crawl spaces, he could do landscaping, he could dig trenches, he could scrape that popcorn crap off the top of the ceiling. He could do flooring and tile and painting. He could build tables for like plant nurseries. He did like odd things all the time. Very handy. But what happened was he would go to work and then I would need to go and film skits and stuff. And when he got old enough to where he wasn't just sleeping all the time, really, I had to get a babysitter. I was paying the babysitter the same amount of money that he was making hourly. Then I was like, hey, how about I put Ryder in daycare? He refused to let me do that. He said he was too young to do that. He didn't want a daycare raising our child. And I said, okay, well then your other option is to stay at home with him, because I'm not gonna be paying a babysitter for you to go and make the same exact amount of money. We both realized that my time was worth way more monetarily than his was. So he just quit his job and I started paying all of the bills. I think that emasculated him a little bit, and I don't think that was the smartest decision. I think we should have put him in daycare. He was really bad with money. One day he called me on the phone and was like, hey, can I borrow $20,000? Are you serious? For what? He was like, yeah, well, so I maxed out all these credit cards and I can't pay them. So, and I'm like, what? Besides maxing out all these credit cards on dumb stuff, he took out a $10,000 loan without speaking to me first. I thought he was spending the money that he was making from work. When I found that out, the disrespect that I felt, and now you want me to bail you out. I said, look, you got yourself into this situation that you're in right now without me because you didn't speak to me about any of this, so you're gonna get yourself out without me. Anyway, after we moved to Raleigh, we put Ryder in daycare, and I was like, okay, go ahead, go get a job. He did not want to get a job. He became a little bit depressed. I don't blame him. I hated it here at first too. He was like, I don't have any friends. I was like, you know what helps with that? Getting a job. So, but he refused. I said, and if you don't want to, that's fine. We'll have you do stuff around the house and you'll save me a lot of money by you doing it instead of me having to pay somebody else do it. That didn't work out. All he ended up doing was just sitting at home, moping about how he missed Charlotte and missed his friends. But he was the one that wanted to move here. He was the one that got me approved for the house. He did everything with buying the house. I was like, dude, we had just signed a new lease that had like 11 more months on it. But I paid to break it because he wanted to move here so badly. But whatever, I mean, I'm happier and better off now anyway, so I'm not mad about any of it. The number one dumb thing that is easily fixable that we had the most arguments about was the ice tray. No place that I've ever lived with him, the ice maker never worked at any of those places. So we had to make our own ice with those little trays. And we all know that I do TikToks for a living, right? And that's how we paid all of our bills because he didn't work. So besides having to write my name on things, like I would have a brand deal and I would go out and buy, you know, something like chocolate milk or something that we don't normally have in the refrigerator. I had to write my name on it. He still would drink it. And then I bought my own refrigerator. He still would go in there and drink it. I bought a lock for my refrigerator because of this. Anyway, so the ice makers never worked. He would use all the ice for like his little coolers and stuff, then put the empty ice trays back in the freezer. When I would go to make the TikTok, I'm like ready to do my video, there'd be no ice in the freezer. So the first time that I brought it up to him, I was like, hey, don't just put them back empty. Please refill them so that when I go to make money for our family and pay our mortgage and all this, there's ice in there. He'd be like, yeah, okay, I got it. And then guess what? The next time I would go in the refrigerator, there'd be no ice and the ice trays would be empty. Another thing is, you see this butter tray? I like to spread butter on toast when the butter is soft. Okay, so that's why I have this butter tray. I would go to spread some butter on something. I'd open it up, literally nothing in there. And he's like, I don't really care about having soft butter. I can use the butter out of the fridge. Then use the butter out of the fridge. Because why am I having to use hard butter when I don't want to and I have this butter tray? Why? Now, granted, he did cook, so I got to give him that. But he also knew that I had high blood pressure and not to put salt in stuff. I go and look at the salt that we had after about 6 months of being married. It was empty because there was salt on the grocery list. I was like, why is there salt on the grocery list? We have plenty of salt. No, we don't. He had been putting ass loads of salt in all of our food. I'm like, dude, you can add salt after you cook the food and make your own plate. I don't want salt added to my food. He did not care. He did not care, not one bit. My boyfriend now notices when the butter tray is empty, refills it, goes back into the refrigerator, notices that I like unsalted butter, and buys me more unsalted butter the next time that he comes over. Another thing, you guys see how these dishes are all out here? This is just annoying me just even looking at it because of how irritated I used to come home and be like, what'd you do today? Oh, okay, I unloaded the dishwasher and reloaded it. All the dishes that were in the dishwasher would be out on the counter. I'm like, that's not unloading the dishwasher. That's just moving them. He's like, wow, I had to let them dry. It would take him days to put them away. One time I waited to see how many days it would take him. It took him 3 days to put them away. And he didn't work at all. This squeegee that's hanging right here, I would ask him because he never not one time cleaned a shower, any part of the bathroom, not a sink, not a tub, nothing. And like the bathroom mirrors, nope, never not one time cleaned those the whole time we were married, 4.5 years. I would ask him, hey, when you get out of the shower, if you just wouldn't mind like squeegeeing the shower, because it makes it I don't have to clean it as much and it makes those water spots not as, it's easier. He never did it. He just showed me every day how much he didn't care. I even said to him, I said, if there's anything that I do that annoys you, he said, oh, there is. And I was like, okay, what is it? He said, when you get the pizza cutter out to cut a pizza, you don't have to put the pizza cutter into the dishwasher. You can just rinse it when it's still like wet, and then you can just put it right back. So you know what I started doing? I started doing that. And until he never refilled the ice tray, never refilled the butter tray, never squeegeed the shower, never folded the towels how I like them folded. Look at this. Okay, so my boyfriend right now noticed that I refolded the towels and then started folding them like he doesn't even live here. He's doing my laundry and folding things the way that I like them folded. Upgrade 100%.